For Erickson's stages of psychosocial development, the students in this kindergarten classroom would be in the initiative versus guilt stage, moving into the stage of industry versus inferiority. For initiative versus guilt, children are learning to take initiative by facing challenges and accomplishing tasks. If they are not given this freedom to explore, they may feel ashamed and become too dependent on others for help. In the industry versus inferiority stage, children begin to feel proud of the work they do and their accomplishments. In this stage, they have the ability to form a strong self-concept. However, if they become too fixated on comparing themselves to others, they can feel a sense of inferiority, leading them to feel incapable. In the classroom, the students are given jobs that they must do each week. This helps students have initiative by having them complete tasks on their own. They would do things such as feed the classroom pet or turn off the lights if the teacher asked them to. I also watched them engage in industry. The students were having a class discussion on plants. One student was visibly proud of himself after he shared the information that plants get nutrients from soil, information that no one else in the class knew. According to Kohlberg's stages of moral development, the students in the class are in level 1, the pre-conventional level, specifically stage 1, which is obedience and punishment orientation. Children do not have their own sense of morality as it is controlled by external factors, such as their parents. In this stage, children want to follow rules to avoid being punished. They associate good behavior with rewards and bad or immoral behavior with punishments. While in the classroom, there was a conversation between two students discussing lying. The first student said, "Lying gets you nowhere." And the second student replied to her, "Lying gets you in trouble." The first student most likely heard her parent or an authority figure say that before, so she has picked up the saying and was telling her friend that as advice. The second student understands that lying isn't a moral thing to do because she associates lying with punishment. From this observation experience, I learned that I am a complete doormat. I cannot say no to children. When they're being absolute gremlins, it's hard for me to be mad at them and tell them that they cannot yell and scream and chase each other with beetles. During lunch, one of the students yelled at me saying, "Miss V, he's chewing in my face!" And I just busted out laughing. I couldn't hold it in. A student was throwing chicken nuggets on the floor, so I told him to stop murdering his food. He thought it was funny and continued to throw them on the floor. I couldn't get him to stop. I learned that I'm more of a permissive teacher than I would like to be, but I also understand how much their development is dependent on their early childhood years. I'm afraid that I'm going to raise a bunch of tiny humans who don't think their actions have consequences if I continue to be a doormat. I'm going to have to grow a spine to be an effective teacher. I need like 3 spines.
Created using Powtoon.